Hello everyone.
Hi.
It's Lisa here at Shady Tree Stitches, and with me is Kim.
Hi.
Why are you with me, Kim?
We are off to Vicstitchers retreat in Shepparton.
We are. Can you see? Look, Paddock Lane Designs is in the boot. Not too overflowing today. The difference it makes not having all the swag bags.
That's right.
And I've only got like sort of half the shop with me instead of the whole shop because some of the other vendors that are coming, I didn't bring anything that they sell because, you know, why bother? They've got them. They've got, you know, they can have the sales instead of me. So we're off to Shepparton, we're off to Vicstitchers, and it's a Stitchy road trip. So we will be doing our usual filming and chatting and filming and stuff on the way. We're heading straight through today. We're currently just picked Kim up at her place in Jillaby in the central coast of New South Wales, which was an hour south of me, so I'm an hour into my journey already, but I thought I'd save this. What are you looking forward to the most?
Catching up with friends, getting maybe a little bit of stitching done, and of course lots of shopping.
Yeah, cool. Well, we'll talk about that more as we're traveling, guys, but we thought we'd just show you our faces, and I'll show you a bit of the beautiful landscape around here as we head out back to the highway, and then we'll catch you a bit later on. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, so I'm not sure how the microphone is going to work out. I think I tried this a bit when I went on the road trip with Alex last time, but this is the first time in my car, so hopefully it cuts out a bit of the road noise and you can hear us nice and clearly. All right, we have been traveling now for about an hour and a half, and that has got us all the way through Sydney and out the other side. So we are down heading close to Campbelltown.
Yep.
And we thought we might just do a quick bit of a, let's see what Kim's got in her mind for this particular retreat. So we already know why you want to come in general, but what was it that made the Vicstitchers retreat appealing to you?
Good lot of vendors that are going.
Yep, so who have we got going that you
So we've got Paddock Lane Designs.
Yep.
We've got Daisy Chain.
Yep.
We've got Silks for You.
Silks for You.
And I forgot the other
Okay,
one.
we've got Ginger Stitch
That's the
AU.
one. That was the one I was trying to think of.
And we've got Teaser Handmade.
Yes.
And there's someone else as well, but I don't know what they sell, so I'll have to show you that when we get to that part of the retreat recap. So there's lots and lots of good vendors, yeah. So
Yes.
Are you planning to shop on much?
I do often do a lot of shopping when I come to these. I always come back with at least a couple of project bags and patterns, fabric. Yeah, Mother's Day next weekend. It's a good excuse.
I think
to
that's
shop.
perfect. I'm gonna keep that in mind too. Maybe I'll get myself a project bag or something for Mother's Day. That's a great idea. So we'll give you obviously a close-up look of all the vendors' stalls when we're down there in that part of the retreat recap. So what are you planning to do when you're at the retreat?
Talk a lot.
Yeah.
Probably stitch, maybe a little bit.
What
Don't often get a lot of stitching done at these things. It's too busy chatting away and shopping and then seeing everybody.
What did you bring to stitch on?
I brought brick house sampler that I'm doing by Brenda Gervais, and I brought a Santa, the Tiny Modernist Santa and Mrs. Claus that Jackie and I are going to start together at the retreat.
Well, we might have a look at them tonight when we're in our hotel.
Yeah.
So Kim knows that, you know, being a road tripper, car ride buddy with me comes with all the perks of being involved in videos, and she's a good sport and happy to be involved, so that makes me really happy. Speaking of that, people, these road trips, there's going to be quite a few of them this year because I've got a lot of retreats that I'm going to. So if there's anything in particular you'd be interested to see or hear us talk about on road trip videos, please let us know, because then we can cover it in the next road trip for you. That would be really great. All right, so we've got a few friends going down to the retreat, which will be nice.
Yes.
And we're expecting it to be a little bit chilly down in Shepparton. What was the temperature this morning? 4 degrees Celsius. So that's a little bit chilly, and we're going to feel that tomorrow because tomorrow morning we've got to get there at 8 o'clock to set up. So it's going to be a bit chilly, I think, at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. But the next 2 days we won't have to get there quite so early, so that would be good. Alright, now with retreats, you've been to a few retreats before. What retreats have you done previously?
I've done the 2 daisy chains, and I've done the Stitch in Time one in Hobart last year, which was fun. And I think that's it.
Alright, and do you have any coming up this year?
I've got a few coming up this year. I've got the Stitches Merchant one in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I have Paddock Lane's design in Blue Mountains next month. I've got JK's in September, and also Daisy Chain in September, and then we have our one in Victoria and Druin in November. So
Oh
it's
my
a
goodness.
busy year.
Yeah, you've got lots of retreats. But it's good. Like, retreats are such a great way to get to meet other people, chat. You know, I find that my retreat buddies, and particularly the ones who are brave enough to come on Zoom, you know, they become like your little network of friends.
Yes, so true.
I mean, you know, we don't see everyone every night, but the group of us that are on Zoom during the what we call Aussie hours, it's really nice to have a bunch of people that there's always someone to talk to and stitch to, and you know, I find that really is my social outlet these days.
Me too.
And
I love it.
Yeah, it's really good. So I can't encourage people enough to give it a go, and you know, jump on and you know, message me and I can give you the details. But it is lots of fun. All right, well, we will continue heading down the road, and we'll give you a bit of a time lapse view on the highway as we go through the next bit, and we'll catch up with you wherever we stop. Alright, so we are, what did we say, 83 kilometres from Yass?
Yes.
And we're going to be stopping for lunch at Yass. So we will show you what Yass looks like, but it's really beautiful just around here with the autumn leaves all turning. This is gosh, I would still call this the Southern Highlands. I don't know, what would you call it?
Yeah, I would call it that too.
It's called Capital Country, apparently. Because it's the countryside around Canberra.
Yes.
So it's sort of where the Southern Highlands meet Capital Country, and we're just, you know, going down the Hume Highway. So I've got some questions for you. The viewers have met you before. If they're older viewers, they've met you a few times in my videos. But let's tell them a bit about your stitching style.
Okay.
So what's your favourite style?
I do like samplers, but as long as if it takes my eye, I'm happy to stitch whatever it is. I do love anything that's got houses on it, pretty colours. Anything that makes me happy, really.
Okay, do you have some favourite designers?
I do like Teresa Kogan. I like Brenda Gervais. I like Long Dogs.
Yeah. Excellent. And do you have a favourite count of fabric or type of fabric you like to use?
My favourite is 40 count linen, but I am doing a 46 count linen at the moment, which I'm also enjoying.
Oh, okay. Do you have to use much magnification to do the 46?
I do. I got the glasses and the lamp with the magnification.
Right, the double magnification for
Yeah.
46 count. And do you ever stitch on anything that's not linen?
Yeah, I stitch even weave, I'll stitch Ada. I like it all, but linen is my favourite, but I will stitch on the others also.
Awesome. And just a little interlude, guys. Here's the turn-off that can take you down to Canberra and also to the Snowy Mountains region. So for anyone who was on the road trip in Victoria, this is where you would turn because we headed down to Canberra and the Snowy Mountains. So the road that we're going on next is one that is actually not on the road trip because we're detouring across for a while. But I think we do pick up on a road trip road a bit later today, so that would be pretty cool.
Yes.
And when did you start stitching?
Oh, I think I was probably around 16.
Oh wow, okay.
So quite a long time ago. And then I've sort of done it off and on over the years, and you know, you have a bit of a break, but probably the last 4 or 5 years I'm really just all the time doing it now.
Oh, that's great. Look at these beautiful trees.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous autumn colours.
It's really pretty.
Yes, I knew there'd be some pretty scenery to share with the viewers, and that's why I do these road trip videos, is to, you know, show you some of our beautiful country down here in Australia. And I do have plans when the kids are a bit older and out of my hair to travel all around the country and show you guys everything. But for now, you're stuck to just wherever I'm going for a retreat. But it's nice, and there's so many retreats, as you were saying before, Kim. You've got lots. I've got 2 extra ones to what you said.
Yes.
So I'm not doing the Stitchers merchant one this year because I didn't have time. But I'm doing a second one of mine, and I'm also going up to Brisbane again to the Stitchers of Brisbane.
Oh, that'd be good.
Another retreat that is happening as well in October. It's a very busy time in spring. And there's one in Toowoomba that's being run by number 12 Stitch Co.
Oh. Didn't know about that one.
Yeah, so there's lots of things happening. So, you know, cross stitching world, there's things to do, and again, a plug for the Facebook group, Australian Stitch Retreats. If you want to know what's happening, that's a good place to look and find out. So when you're stitching, do you tend to stitch for a certain amount of time, or in a particular time of the day? What's your routine?
If I've got a moment of the day, I'll stitch. Doesn't matter what time of the day it is. If it's my day off, I'll stitch all day.
Yes.
If I can. Yeah.
I have to say that is my favourite, you know, guilty pleasure in the world. Is if I have a day when there is nothing I have to do, and I mean nothing. I mean I don't have to do the washing. I don't have to do anything. I want to give myself food, go to the toilet, and sit and stitch. That is my favourite time of day. Unfortunately, I really do not get many of those days.
Yeah.
Recently. I remember filming down here with Natalie, because there are the wind farms up ahead.
Oh, yes.
So we must have been filming going through here on the road trip with Natalie. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I like. And I know that before I had kids, I did occasionally get days like that,
Yes.
where I could just wake up and, you know what, I could just stitch all day and no one cared. When you're stitching, what are you usually doing at the same time?
Sometimes I'll have just peace and quiet, no TV, no sound, no anything, but often I'll have maybe YouTube on, I'll watch some floss tubes, or sometimes I'll watch some series on Netflix, things like that.
Do you
I
have,
sometimes have just music on YouTube sometimes.
do you ever listen to audiobooks or podcasts?
No, I haven't listened to audiobooks. I do listen to podcasts sometimes in the car, but not while stitching, no.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a peace and quiet person, or I try to watch some floss tubes when I'm stitching, because otherwise I don't get time to watch them. And I do enjoy them, although as I've introduced Kim to in the car, it's a good time when I'm driving places to floss tubes, because you don't have to watch them. I obviously not with parades, because you've got to watch them. But I find that I generally prefer to watch the ones where I don't have to watch all the time, because I like to stitch.
Yeah.
So I like to be talking, I like them to talk and be interesting. I'm always trying to find new ones to just increase my number that I've subscribed to, and also because I like to be helpful and subscribe to people who need the help. Do you reckon you could give me your top like 3 or 5 floss tubes that you like, ones you have to see all the time sort of thing?
I do like Teresa Kogut. I like the Evertote ones from Canada.
Yeah.
So she has 2. She has one with Kerry from Roxy Floss Co, and then she has one on her own, which I've forgotten the name of.
Yeah.
I also like this lady called Karen Combs from America. She's quite good. Sometimes I watch Pam and Steph every few months, maybe.
Yeah.
They're probably my main ones that I watch.
That sounds a pretty diverse collection, and that's something I really love about the community, is that there is a big diversity. I mean, cross stitching is huge in the scope of what you do, from the traditional samplers all the way through to your eclectic square words, and you know, like, and everything in between. It's just a matter of people finding what they enjoy doing, and I know I'm pretty eclectic in my mix, but you know, there is still a sort of style with what I stitch. I know that you were saying before when we were chatting off camera that you haven't done a full coverage yet.
No.
So, you know, that's a whole other Pandora's box to open up once you start doing them.
That's right.
So it's a bit like me with diamond painting. I'm not going there because I'm just a bit too worried about what will happen when I go there. So I'm leaving that till my eyes are failing me for cross stitch, and then I will happily move to diamond painting.
Good idea.
All right, so as I said, we're it's currently 12:10, and we're very excited that we've been actually getting faster than what it initially said it was going to take us, which is quite encouraging. So we're definitely going to have no trouble going all the way through and arriving, you know, before dinner in Shepparton. So really looking forward to that. We'll be back with you guys a bit later, give you a bit more of a view. So enjoy sitting back and stitching. Catch you then. All right, we've finished our lunch at Yass. We went to the good old service centre for KFC, but you did just get to see us drive through the centre of Yass itself, and that was a good thing. Sorry, my English was a bit different. So hope you enjoyed that nice little view of the good old town of Yass. And look at the change you've got in the landscape now. We're much more in that sort of snowy, colder climate, sort of eucalypts. A lot more sparse on the hills. So we were just chatting about you know, going to the retreats, having a great time, and also talking about, you know, where the different ones are and how sometimes it's hard to find out about them. And I agree, sometimes you've got to be in the know, and when they come out, you've got to really jump on them. I noticed that in the American retreats too.
Oh yes.
You've got to really jump on them. So I think there's plenty more scope for people to run some retreats in Australia, particularly ones like this one that are you know, you pay your $50 or $60 minimum cost to go, and then it doesn't include any food or anything, and you go and then they let lots of vendors come. I think there's lots of scope for that, to them to pop up more places. I don't know too many that have this format, and it's really nice to get more people, so more people can enjoy stitching and enjoy, you know, supporting other small businesses, because we really do want to support the Australian cross stitch community.
I agree. It's yeah, you've got a bit more freedom, you've got more money to spend at the shops, and yeah, I think it's a great idea. But it is sometimes hard to know which retreats are on.
Which is why we started the Facebook group, to try and collect that information together.
Yes.
A lot of the ones that, you know, we know about already for next year are fantastic, and they're big designer retreats though, and they're quite expensive, and they're already full, I think. I'm not sure about the Mirabilia one in Brisbane. I'm not sure if it's full yet, but information for that you can find on the page. I'm just looking at the stark contrast of the weather now. Like suddenly the clouds have disappeared, and we've got this gorgeous blue sky. Another good example of why Australia is known as big sky country.
It's beautiful now. The sun's out, there's no cloud and no rain, and it's just beautiful.
So we're heading down, still on the same highway, but in a little bit we're going to make a turn to head to the good old town of Wagga Wagga. Wagga Wagga. I can give you some information on Wagga, because in the next leg of the road trip we go to Wagga Wagga.
Ah,
Which means
never been to Wagga Wagga.
I have. And Wagga Wagga, Wagga means crow in the local Aboriginal language. So it means place of many crows. Crow.
Aha.
So there you go.
Learn something new.
Now, as we've been driving, we've seen a couple of funny things, and we thought we should share them with you. Kim, tell the people, what's something funny we've seen already?
Well, the car that was driving past on my left, he had his book open, reading it while he was driving on the steering wheel. So that was a bit bizarre. I've never seen that ever happen before.
I honestly don't know. I would imagine it's illegal, but I don't know if it's actually listed as being illegal. But that seems to me like it would be far more distracting than, you know, just a quick tap on your phone. Yes, so I don't think you're not meant to do anything. I don't think you're actually legally meant to eat and drink.
Yeah, I think that's true.
You don't have two hands on the steering wheel all the time. So that was interesting. And then we had another crazy car when we just stopped in that was coming out of the service centre, and it was driving They weren't even meant to be swans. They just looked like it.
They did from far away.
But it does say that we're such kindred spirits. Anyway, well, sit back and enjoy your stitching, and we'll give you another slow-mo soon. Okay. Alright, Kim's just struggling with the fact that it's the first time she's ever been in a Wagga Wagga.
Yes.
So we are going to take you to show you the an example of the silo art that was on the water tower here.
Now wait for it to load the signal.
Alright, on the left we've got an Air Force plane.
Oh wow.
RAF base with a whole bunch of old planes.
Oh, that's right, they got the RAF base.
Yeah, so that's the RAF base in Wagga. So we're just heading into Wagga on the main drag, and it's been a while since I've been in Wagga. So we just thought you'd like to see a bit of another, fairly large country town. This one would be a city, I think. Wagga would be classed as a city. We're currently on the Sturt Highway. It is a big place. Like, this is just a little sort of subdivision, I think, out here. Near the Wagga Airport. Again, it's interesting looking at the architecture of the country towns between the different eras, certain decades and certain styles of architecture. And it's just, I always find it so fascinating because I, like Kim, really love houses.
Yes.
So I do like looking at the different architecture, and it is on my list to design a series of houses for like designs, but the list is a mile long and the time is not equivalent. Hi guys, we are here in Wagga and we've come to stop to show you the water tower art. There's a big thing called the Silo Trail, and it shows all around the country different artists have decorated wheat silos and water towers. So we thought we'd show you this one up here in Wagga. So if I hold it up, you can see, unfortunately, some modern artists have graffitied it as well. But you've got kids actually drinking from the bubblers, from the taps. Isn't that cool? And then just do a quick pan around for you. See the road. And there's Kim. And we're back around the other way. All right, guys, so we're going to continue now on the road to Shepparton.
Yay!
Suppliers, like shops and things. Comment below and let me know, because that's what I'm all about. We do have a few other Australian people who do supply goods, but they're not an L&S sort of shop as such. So, there are people who do fabric dyeing, heaps of people make project bags, there's gloss drops, needle minders, and then of course there's designers. And I do have grand plans to bring us all together one day in an Australian event, but just watch this space for that. It will happen sometime. Alright, we're in Lockhartshire, wherever that is, in Wiradjuri country. So I know Wiradjuri because I'm actually, Wiradjuri I think is where I currently teach. So Wiradjuri country is quite big. Anyway, so yeah, and Wiradjuri country is one of the indigenous Aboriginal nations. Do you know what the Aboriginal indigenous nation where you live is?
I was trying to think of it. I go past it every day in the sign, and oh my gosh, I can't remember.
You can't remember. Well, the Kamilaroi are out where, a bit further northwest of here, like northwest of New South Wales, and the Kamilaroi's when I was in Tamworth. So I remember that the Kamilaroi, and that's when I last would have ridden in this sort of road. It's like, we're not in the same part of the state, but it has the same sort of feel. I feel like I'm like, driving to Gunnedah from Tamworth or something. It's definitely got that sort of feel.
It's beautiful out here.
It is. So that'll probably do us for chit-chatting for the moment. We'll maybe give you another bit of a look, and then we'll be arriving in town. Okay guys, we're road tripping. This is the true scenic way for you. We are following the GPS map telling us how to get to Shepparton from Wagga, and it has just turned us down this little road, called Rowan's Road, and we're going to stay on this road for 15 kilometres. Now, we have no idea what quality this road is. It could turn into a gravel road, it could be anything. So you guys might be in for a real Aussie treat. When you're driving around the countryside in Australia, you just never know. The other thing we're going to have to watch out for if we are still on this sort of road a bit later is wildlife.
Yes, they like it around dusk.
They do like it around dusk. So we are off the beaten track. We have a full tank of petrol. The tyres have got full air. And we've got good company. So who knows what we are going to show you. Do you ever drive off the beaten track much, Kim?
Not often.
No?
Not as often as I'd like, actually.
Yeah, I've actually always been pretty open to it. I've taken some pretty interesting routes in my time by following the GPS. Especially when I used to live up near Tamworth and go from one place to another. There was one road I remember taking, and the cattle grids and it was just quite funny. It's like if I ever break down, no one will ever find us. So we are crossing the Bollombong Creek. There you go. As I said, we're somewhere southwest of Wagga. But the good thing is, hopefully, we won't meet any other cars. Which means we don't get held up and you guys get a nice view. So we were just having a quick chat about places in Australia to buy things from, because we are pretty limited, and as anyone who knows me knows, my business philosophy is to make cross-stitching supplies available and affordable for Australians and New Zealanders, and I'll happily send anywhere in the world, but my focus is to really try and make things so that we can actually access them, because the cost of getting them from overseas is so much. Yes, it's a gravel road. You didn't set your thing to say stick to the main roads, Kim. I thought it was. Alright, now it's going to get noisy for the videos. So,
It's a bus stop.
there is a bus stop here. That's okay. It's all part of the fun, people. It's part of the fun. This is Kim's fault. It's Kim's GPS. Just saying.
I've never had to change it to the main road.
I mean, you can usually say avoid the tolls.
Yes, I've done that one before.
Yeah, well, there is a, don't go on gravel roads
Oh,
option.
jeez, I didn't know that one.
Hey, it's alright. My car's had enough problems this week. It's a bit of gravel.
At least it's a decent road.
Well, apparently this is the quickest way for us to go. I'm going to get there at 6:53 apparently. It's gotten a few kilometres slower, but anyway. Alright, anyway, back to shopping. So, whereabouts do you get your things from within Australia?
Mainly from JK's is where I get a lot of my things.
Yep, and why do you choose to shop at JK's online? JK's crossstitchingsupplies.com.au.
Well, I'm very lucky because she's very close to where I live. So I'm very lucky. She's 20 minutes away from where I live, so that makes it easy.
Free post, huh?
Yeah, that's right. I can just go pick it up from her if I need it. And she's quick, and her prices are pretty good.
Excellent. Is there anywhere else you buy from?
Paddock Lane Designs.
Of course. Well,
Yes.
I do tend to rub off on people, but I'm really pleased because I feel like now my friends buy from me because they like the product, not just because they're my friends.
Yeah, now you have beautiful linen and lots of other things now.
Yeah.
Your Notions boxes are great.
Yeah, you said you actually brought your Notion
I
box
sure
with you.
have. I love it.
What do you love about it? Why should people buy a Paddock Lane Design Notion box?
It's amazing how much you can fit in it. I've got 2 pairs of scissors in there. I've got needles. I've got little measuring tape. I've got lots of things actually. It's all the things that you need, and you just put it in your bag and you're ready to go.
Yeah, it's just a grab and go, and it sits next to you on your couch or wherever safely too.
Yes.
And you also mentioned that you are interested in getting one of my patterns.
Yes, I really like your Valentine's Day one. It was
That's
very
my
pretty.
love.
Very pretty.
Oh, listen to that gravel road sound. I apologise if it's
Hello,
too
we're on
loud
this
for
road,
us.
7 kilometres.
Yeah, another 7 kilometres I think, and then we're coming towards a fire too, so it could be quite a fun. All right, where else do you buy things from?
Sometimes I do buy from 123 Stitch, but they're in America. We
Yeah,
don't
but
really
in
have
Australia
a
you do? You've got a parcel coming at the moment.
Oh yeah, forgot.
Silly you. I know where you shop
Yes.
from. I'm just asking
I
questions.
also buy from Stitchy Time in Tassie.
Yeah, and why do you buy from a Stitch Time in Tassie?
I did buy quite a bit from her from the Nashville Needle Market.
Yeah.
So my order is actually on the way and should be here next week.
Awesome. We can see something coming up ahead. I can't see what it is. So.
It's a car.
Oh, it's a car with a trailer. Oh gosh. And he's just
pulled out.
pulled out. Fantastic. I'm going to slow down because driving behind someone on gravel road is not fun. Hopefully he's just going into like the next farm or something. So we're really in the paddocks of I don't know what here. Anyway, yeah, so Stitch in Time. You've also been to the other sort of, well, I say main LNS for New South Wales, which is the Cruel Goblin.
Yes, I have been there once, yes.
Yes, you went to one of their days.
Yes.
Well, we're passing a property called Rock View. You see the rock that it's viewing?
Maybe that big mountain over there, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. Look at the dust kicking up from that trailer in front of us. He's going a fair speed. Like I've slowed down to 50 kilometres an hour just because I don't want to get into his tailwinds. Shame he didn't wait till we went past and we would have continued to have a clear road. Anyway, as I said, all part of the fun. But yeah, so we don't have a lot of needlework shops. So those three would be my three main ones that I'd buy from. There's also All Threads is a really effective shop that is in Brisbane. Dev Arch Designs is also, oh good, he's turned off. He's got like a wheat sorter or something, a grain silo thing,
Yes.
like for dropping the grains. Awesome, bye.
Oh, he waved.
Oh, good. They're the ones I know of in Queensland. In Victoria, there are a couple, but not many. But All Threads is All Threads the one I just mentioned?
Yeah.
No, Cross Stitch and More in Melbourne. I've never bought from them. There is another one called Stitchy.
Okay.
It's an online one, and I know that in South Australia, there's a new one just opened up. It's called Needle House, and house
Oh,
is
yes,
like
I did
German
see that.
H-A-U-S.
Yes.
So yeah, so they're the places where you can buy things from that I know of in Australia. Then there is one in Western Australia as well, but it just had a change of ownership, and I don't know the name of that one. But I'm interested in going on a stitching retreat road trips to all states. So, you know, if anyone out there would like to have Paddock Lane Design, come and visit them and be a designer and a stall holder, have a trunk show for your retreat, please just let me know. I'm very open to that.
Definitely.
And I am very versatile in my style of designing. I can do, you know, the prim sampler style to the cutesy cartoony style and a bunch of things in between. So it really depends on what you want to do. I'm very excited to say that I've been asked to do the design for the next Sassy pouch, and that's super exciting. So I've got to get on to doing that next week when I get back from this retreat. Yeah, but there's not a lot of places, and realistically we've got our staples being Lincraft and Spotlight.
Yes.
And that's really the only options we have. Some beautiful rosellas or rainbow loricates. But even then, like, they don't compare. Well, it was Joanne's and Michael's, but I heard Joanne's is going bankrupt.
Ah, wow.
So yeah, you know, it's very, very limited in what you can do. And it is easy to get things from overseas, but it does cost an awful lot. The other Australian place that's really good for needlework supply is actually Gus's Creation Stands.
Oh.
And he's in Western Australia, and he makes those beautiful stands, frames, and he's finding a great deal of, sorry, corner. They need to alert you that there's a corner coming.
No.
Oh, okay, here we are. We're about to turn left. We're off the gravel though, thank goodness.
Yes.
We're about to turn left onto the Rock to Narrandera Road. So the Rock, I don't know which way is the Rock or which way is Narrandera. Anyway, this road goes between the Rock and Narrandera. I've heard of Narrandera.
Yes, I've not heard of the Rock.
No. Oh, Narandra is on the right, so we're going to the rock. We're heading to the rock, but at least we're off the gravel, Kim.
I thought we'd be on highway.
I think you're cutting us through all the paddocks through the back way by the looks of it. But hey, we took a detour to give the people a view of Australia, and they're getting a view of Australia.
Do you want me to see if I can change it?
No, not now. No, just leave it now because it's taking us the shortest route.
Yes.
And we've already done that, so we're going to
paddock
continue.
bashing.
We'll be paddock bashing, yes. Now paddock bashing, there's a term. An Australian term. Paddock bashing is where you're basically driving through the paddock. So there's no road, you just drive through the paddock.
Yeah, that's right.
And all these grasses you see on the side of the road, it's very dry out here. They're typical paddock grasses, very, very typical. As I said, I feel quite at home. I feel like I'm just doing some of my little drives. There you are, this is a more main road.
Yes, there's trucks coming.
How come it didn't just put us on this one to start with?
You wanted to give us the
Like, I
scenic
feel like
route.
we would have turned off here first. Anyway, maybe we missed turning a road, I don't know. Anyway, here we go. We are now on Collingully Road. So we must have just hit rock wherever that was. Didn't see any rock. But yeah, this is at least a road now, so yeah. So in Australia, you know, I feel it's really important to support each other and support the local people. So if you guys know of any other Australian Alright guys, it's now 5:30 in the afternoon and we are travelling on what is apparently the shortest direction passing a place called Turing. These are big properties. We were just saying we have not found a single farmhouse. And a beautiful sunset happening, that's why we thought we'd film, and you can see that in the distance, although it's better on the right. In fact, the sun is just gone behind some clouds over there. So it's been a really lovely trip. Kim and I have not been bored once.
No.
We're just thoroughly enjoying it. So we will be joining you later this evening to film our what we're stitching on for tonight. And what we figured we'll do is I'm going to make this a road trip video of just the road trip, and then we'll make a separate actual retreat video. Because I think we've got a lot of footage today to show you different sorts of landscapes and country that you can find. So what's been your highlight of the trip so far?
The company's been great. We've had good chats and it's just been a really lovely day, and the scenery's been beautiful. We've had great weather. It's just been an all-round great day.
My highlight was actually the surprise finds in Lockhart.
Oh yes, I forgot about those.
That's okay. And so I'll put some pictures on after this of Lockhart, a little town in the middle of nowhere, and the beautiful craftsmanship. And I'm going to use these sculptures as inspiration for my next sampler. So, which the lovely Kim has offered the bottle stitch. Woohoo! Go Kim!
Yahoo!
So I'm looking forward to that, and it was really lovely to have the opportunity to find some inspiration while on this little detour. Because on the way home we're going to be just going straight on the highway, so we'll be able to show you that too, but it's not nearly as exciting. And, you've seen some of that before, my road trip down to Tassie with Natalie. Alright, well we will next see you when we are in Shepparton in our hotel, which has actually had its reception closed at 4 o'clock today apparently, so they've left the key out for us. So apparently after 4 o'clock arrival is late in Shepparton. Alright. Alright guys, so we are, believe it or not, we are 2 hours away from when we left, pretty much, give or take about 15 minutes. Well, probably an hour and a half, I guess, because we did stop. But we are coming into the border towns of Albury-Wodonga region. And it's where we cross between being in Victoria into New South Wales. So we are currently heading in a basic northerly direction. I can't tell you exactly, but basically a northerly direction. If I put the map back up, it might tell me. Although the
part of the country. This is only my third trip, I think, to Victoria.
Well, we'll announce here that where we're coming to in Albury-Wodonga is the twin border towns, and they were very, very popular during the COVID saga because of the Victorian borders being closed to New South Wales. So there's lots of mention of the Albury-Wodonga border during that time. But next year in 2025, they have just announced in March there is going to be a border retreat, a border stitching retreat being held in Albury at a hotel complex place, and it is currently open to people. There is information about it in the Australian Cross Stitch Retreats page, so if you're interested in coming down to Albury on the border of New South Wales and Victoria in March in 2025, then you can check out that information available on the Facebook page and get yourself registered. I don't know any other details about costings, but the girl who's organising it said it's basically going to be run like the Vicstitchers retreat, in that it's going to be like a $50 sort of entrance fee, approximately. It's come to the venue, you can actually book a room and stay at the venue. The prices of the hotel rooms are pretty reasonable. They're not dirt cheap, but they're pretty reasonable. They have lots of rooms. They have 1-bedroom units, 2-bedroom units. So lots of options available for you if you want to share with people or come by yourself. I like to stay at the venue if I can, just because it's more convenient and close. Plus the room is going to be open 24/7. So, well, not 24/7, 24 hours. So you will actually be able to stitch after dinner.
That's great. I like that.
I love that.
I like having the venue and the restaurant, everything. You don't even need to leave. You don't need to.
No, so you don't need to, but Albury does have lots of things you can go and do and get food and whatever as well. But there is a bistro and a cafe and everything in the venue. This is our second abandoned car we've just passed in the last little bit. So it's a really good thing if you want to. I don't know what their limit is for the number of people to go, but jump on, find out about it if you're interested, and come and join us. I will tell you, I've decided to say that Paddock Lane Signs will be going as a vendor.
Fantastic.
It is fantastic, and I think Ginger Stitch AU is going to go as a vendor too. So there's a couple of vendors already booked in, and you'll be able to see all the wonderful goodies that we have to offer to support the local Australian cross stitch community. Alright, so we started filming because we're heading to the Albury-Wodonga, but I think we might have just entered the region of Albury-Wodonga. We're not actually at the Albury-Wodonga border yet. So we will come back to you in a few minutes. Yeah, 10 kilometres when we actually get to the border. Alright guys, here we are. We're going to see, can we successfully find the border sign? I know when I went to go to Queensland, I struggled to actually find the exact border sign. It's your job, Kim, is to look out for it.
Yes.
It should be on the left, I would imagine. But we are, basically when we cross this river, we are crossing between Victoria and New South Wales. Crossing border. In Australia, it's exciting to cross borders because we don't have different countries, so state borders is exciting. So we're just coming here, and we've got apparently the exit to Wodonga. And then it's like a little further to an exit to Albury. Alright, here we go.
First Sydney sign.
Sydney, straight ahead. We'll go through Sydney to get to where we're going. Kim's even going to try and take a photo of the border. I think she's getting herself ready. Take a photo of the border going from Victoria to New South Wales. Where is it? As I said, I don't know the road, so I don't know where it happens. We could still be like another 10 kilometres. But this is for the people on the Victoria's road trip. This is a bit of the road that you would have already travelled now. Where we were down in Shepparton is coming up in Lake 3. It's coming up very soon, pretty much sometime this week. It's off, I don't know when, depends on when my brain decides to do it, and just watching where all the people are with their travels. So it's a little bit of a, it's it's a movable feast. People have been enjoying and helping each other stitching, and that's wonderful. So I do ask, if you've been getting help and you don't need it anymore, please delete the help posts so people don't have to keep scrolling through so many posts. The helpers would really appreciate that. But once the next leg, here we go, we're about to cross the Murray River. Once leg 3 is released, I'd say the helpers will disappear on their journey. We're now leaving Victoria, crossing the Murray River.
Oh,
You might have a couple of bridges.
yes. Here we go. Here's the sign.
Here comes the sign. Are you ready to leave Victoria? And welcome to New South Wales. Thank you, Kim. And now we're home. We're back in New South Wales. I'm more familiar with the road rules. I can't do U-turns and traffic lights anymore. So we're in Albury. So this is one of the major places to cross the border. And this is where the retreat is going to be in March. In March, I think, for 2025. So we'll just give you a little bit of footage of Albury as we drive sort of through it. Again, like, you know, these main roads. Kim and I worked out we are now basically on an expressway until we drop her off.
Yep.
I'm basically on an expressway till I get home. We go through a number of different expressways. We're on the M31 at the moment, and then we'll become the M5.
M7, I think. Then
I'm not
M2.
sure if we get on the M5, yeah, but it's the M7, the M2, then we get the M1. I drop her off, I'm still on the M1, then I get on the Hunter Expressway, and then I take the Lovedale Road, Lorimer exit, and get through to where I live. And all going well, if there's not bad weather and there's not traffic, I should be home by 10 p.m. tonight. So you guys won't be seeing a lot of filming later on today because A, you've already seen most of the journey because we're filming all the way down, and B, it's going to get dark and whatever. So we will come back and film a bit more for you a bit later. But hopefully you've been enjoying this like little road trip trip to go south towards Victoria. Alright, here we are. Going to finish the video. Maybe there might be something else, but generally we're finishing the video with our faces again at the humongous Dog on the Tucker Box in Gundagai, which I may have shown you with Natalie last year. It's not a big thing at all, but it is very well known.
Yes.
It's folkloric in Australia. So what do you think about our travelling to see big things? Has it been fun?
It's been great. We've had a great trip.
So it's really good. So we're now heading home up continuing up the highway through some bad weather. So you probably won't see too much in the way of filming. But we just thought we'd finish off with a big thing. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch us. Check out the retreat video that should be the next one after this. And we'll look forward to seeing you later. Happy stitching, everyone.
Bye.
All right, guys, we're back again